Well, looks like it's that time again.
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the alien attack, El Cid. So here we are, and there he is. And first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So right up front here, we got prime numbers and things and letters. On this side of the box, alien attack, a toy for future. Me still am glad. On this side of the box, El Cid. On the top of the box, that says something. On the bottom of the box, warning, please don't eat anything in this box. That could be very bad for you. On the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots, and apparently they're going to be working on Hound. Okay, we'll see how that turns out. And let's read this bio, shall we? Let's read it. Let's read it together. Ride, Cid, most noble campeador, for never yet did night ride forth upon an hour whose aspect was so bright while thou shalt live. Good fortune shall be with thee and shine. Am I alone, or did that make no sense whatsoever? Anyway, that's basically it for the packaging. Also included is the collector's card with Prime's head right there. Alien attack, a toy for future. Me still am glad. And on the back you have tech specs. If that interests you, hooray for cards. Then moving right along, here we have El Cid, Alien Attack's take on Age of Extinction / The Last Knight Optimus Prime. Now, I know what you're going to say. I know that I said when I reviewed their Dino that I wasn't going to buy their Prime. Apparently, seeing the Unique Toys version wiped my memory because I totally forgot that I did actually put down a pre-order for this one. I got an email from TF Direct saying it's time to pay the balance on your pre-order, and I'm like, what pre-order? Oh, so, yeah. Oh well, I got it, so might as well review it. So here is El Cid in his truck mode. So let's get in close here so we can take a look at the details. Nice silver chrome right there for the front. And also all of the rims are also done in silver chrome. You got the nice flame deco, which looks quite nice. The paintwork on this is pretty good. Looks very, very nice. Got some silver going down the side there, silver there. Some more of that flamey goodness. The paint on this side, as you can see, is getting scratched up. On this side, it's a little bit, but on this side, for some reason, this side is getting scratched up. Don't know why. It might be due to transformation or something. I don't know, but that side, the paint is getting all scratched up. But, and you have this section right here done in that nice silver chrome. Some more flamey goodness. More silver, more silver. Got the chrome smokestacks there on the back. Some more flamey goodness right there. And some more silver back there. Silver for the tail lights. And there is the underside. He rolls. Kinda. One thing that doesn't really work with this figure is these front wheels, because these front wheels, the way they sit, there's a little, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but if I bring it down here, you can see here, there's this little groove here that this bit is supposed to sit in. It doesn't lock in anywhere. There's a tab down here that goes right in there, but this bit right here is on, as you can see, on a rotational joint, and this is supposed to sit right in that groove, and it doesn't lock in, it just sits in there, and it is very, very easy to knock that out of whack, so it makes these wheels want to shift forward and back. It's not a solid locking point, it just rests there, so sometimes it'll stay, sometimes it won't, and as you can see, you roll it around and the wheels start to shift on you, and yeah, that doesn't work too well, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Also, the back wheels, this wheel, these back wheels here do actually shift up and down for transformation, but these wheels don't move. So these wheels are always sitting higher than this wheel, so these wheels are never touching the ground, and for the life of me, I don't know if they're supposed to move. I have tried with everything I have to get these to move down, and I don't think they move down at all. So I think it's just a case of these wheels stay up, and these are the wheels that come down, and those are the rolling wheels. I mean, these roll too, but they don't I don't know. Again, could be doing something wrong. That could be maybe just super stiff and it's supposed to move. I don't know, but I don't want to break anything, so I don't know. Another problem here is this back section right here, there's always going to be a gap. I've had this toy for like a week already, and no matter what I do, there's always a gap right there, because if you look back here, the feet are stuffed in here, the front, his front crotch panels are stuffed back here, and the hip skirts are stuffed back here, and it just seems like there's all that stuff that's stuffed in here is taking up more real estate than there actually is. And it always leaves this section not able to tab together all the way like it's supposed to. There's just always going to be a gap there. So that's never going to sit flush, at least on mine anyway. Again, I could just be doing something wrong. I don't know, but no matter what I do, no matter what I've tried, I have not been able to not have those gaps there. It's not the end of the world, but still be nice if it worked, you know. Much like the wheels, like, you know, it's not the end of the world if you you just sit them there and boom, looks great. But if you want to roll them around, that's gonna move, and again, you know, it's not really the end of the world, but be nice if it worked. But you know, it is what it is. So there you have that. So now let's go through some comparisons here. So here it is with the Voyager last night. Optimus Prime, I just repro labeled this a little while ago. So there you have those two together. Here it is with the Age of Extinction Leader Prime, the Takara version. So you can see how they scale with one another. Here it is with the Jada diecast Optimus Prime. So you can see how it scales there with an accurate representation of the truck, so you can see just how close they got here. So you got that. Here he is with Masterpiece movie Optimus Prime. And here he is with Unique Toys Peru Kill. They're locked down. So there you have that. Now, as far as accessories go, he does include his sword, which is quite nicely done. Lots of details you can see. You even have the little Cybertronian writing going down the blade, which looks quite nice. Even has a bit of a black wash, so those details pop. You got that metallic blue and red paint as well. Pretty nice looking sword. You do also get his shield, which is done all in silver, with some more of that metallic red, metallic blue. You also got some gold in there as well. You got the nice flame deco going on. And even the back has some nice molded detail, and even some paint on the back as well. Some of that gold and red. So you have that. And you also get his gun. Again, a lot of nice silver with the flame deco going on there. With some nice details. So you got that. Now, as far as storage, it seems like the only thing that can actually store on the truck mode is the shield. It has this bit on it, and that is meant for robot mode, and you need to pop this off to store the shield in vehicle mode. And what happens here is you just have these two tabs. You got two slots on the back, and you just take it and tab it on, and voila, storage. As far as the sword goes, it doesn't seem like there's anywhere to store this. As far as the gun goes, it doesn't seem like there's anywhere to store it. Not that I have found. The instructions don't say anything about it. There you go. Storage. Yay. I don't know. So, that's pretty much it for that. Now, the question I'm sure a lot of people are going to ask is, can you plug MP10's trailer onto this? No, you cannot. This does not connect. The connection doesn't work with this. It does not work with this figure. So no MP10 trailer compatibility here. So that is basically it for the truck mode. Definitely not without its flaws, but for the most part, it looks pretty good. So let's get down to transformation, shall we? This is going to be one of those transformations, by the way, also. Oh, this is going to be fun. Not really, but we'll get through it. So let's get started with the transformations. The first thing you want to do is you want to untab this back section right here. And the easiest way to do that is to take your thumb and push down on this section right here. Just push that down, and that will allow you to then untab this section here. This section's on a ball joint, so it's really easy to pop off. So you just kind of want to untab that. Just get things out of the way as best you can. Wiggle it around and pray that it doesn't pop off. There you go. Just bring that down like that. And just push that in, untab it, and just get it wiggled down like so. And just bring that down like that. Once you do that, it'll just unclip this section automatically. So just kind of bring that back, get that out of the way. You want to untab the smokestack section here from the back, as it just tabs in right in there. And you just pull this down, because there's a little tab that goes behind that panel. So bring that back, bring that down, and then bring that back, and you'll see that tabs in right back there as well. And then you just kind of get all this wiggled out of the way. Clearance in some spots is at a minimum, which is another thing that I'm not particularly happy with with this toy. A little bit more clearance needed to be had here. Tolerances, alien attack tolerances, but anyway. Once you have that section done, you take this bit here, rotate it out to the side. You want to take the smokestacks themselves, rotate them around, collapse them down like so. There's this little panel right here that you just want to bring out, which will allow you to slide this down, bring that back in, and then you just take this tab and it'll plug in right there. So just swing that in, and that will tab into place like so. And you got that done, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can work on this section here. So you just want to bring this back section up a little bit just to get it untabbed. Granted, this side doesn't really like to tab in anyway, but bring it up so you can get that clearance. And then you take these panels right here and you just untab them from the sides of his shins. They're all double hinged, so you just take them in and bring them all the way forward like that. Untab the other side and bring that forward like that. And that will now free up his feet. So get the feet out. There we go. Get the feet out. Bring those down. And now we can get started working on the legs. We can get the legs transformed. So just this thing loves to pop off. It loves to pop off. Stay. So we're working on the legs. So now we're going to just split the legs right here. And we'll just bring one of the legs down and get this all transformed up. So we'll start at the top and work our way down here. So you just want to take this bit here and just swing that out. This section right here just shifts downward like so. And this will now tab in right in there like that. The leg, this part of the leg right here, comes up like so, and then you extend it, and then you push it up, and it will click into place. Come on, it's very, very stiff. There we go. Let's clip that in like that. And once you've done that, this section right here, you just want to rotate around like so. The leg, this section of the leg here just shifts inward like that. Make sure you get it all in the way so everything is lined up. Once you do that, you take this section here, just rotate around so the blue is facing out. Then you got a tab that goes in there and a tab that goes right up in there. So you just bring that up and again, make sure everything's lined up there. There we go. And tab that all in like so. And you got the thigh all done. So now we can come down here and get to work. This section right here, you just want to bring off to the side. And we can just bring this up like that. This back section here slides in, untabs. You want to take the wheel and you want to push it up like so. And you want to then take the section, bring it out, rotate it, and bring it in. Once you do that, you do want to actually push this wheel back up like that. And then this section will just tab in right there. Once you do that, this section here is on a slider, so you just want to slide that down like so. Bring this down, and that will tab in right there, like that. This knee pad, you just bring in, it's on a couple hinges here, you want to bring it up at this hinge and bring it down at this hinge. So you want it like that, and that will just tab in right there, like so. And then you push on this red piece here, that'll pop out his heel, rotate around, bring it back, and there you have a leg all done. Second pass, just like the first. Okay, so now he has 2 legs, hooray for legs. So now we will just move our way up here. So now we take these front panels here, just bring them down. The hip skirts are just tucked in right in here, so you need to kind of fish them out, and they're kind of a bit of a pain in the butt. There we go. Bring those out, and what you do here is this section will come down to the side and then drop down like that. This is on a double hinge here, so you just want to straighten this all out, and that will just rest there on the hip as it should. Same thing on the other side, just bring that out, swing that to the side, bring that down, straighten this out, and there you have that's done. So what do we do now? What do we do now? What do we do now? I guess we'll just do this section up here and just get this done. So this whole top section here just untabs like so, and all this gets folded up into a nice neat little package here. So what you're going to do here is this back section is going to collapse downward, and you have to clear these tabs here, which I don't like doing because you have to kind of flex things around. It's not one of those cases of push things past things, and I don't like that. I like my transformations to be smooth, and this definitely is not a smooth transformation, but anyway. Undo that, bring these in, and all this will just collapse under like so. Once you do that, these little panels right here will collapse down as well. Collapse that down, collapse that down, and all of this will just tuck in like that, tuck in like that. Then you bring this down, these collapse down like that. You can see it all just collapse up into a little box there. So we got that done, and now we can move on to the front section here. So with the front section, what you're going to do is you're just going to split it right here. You want to take these bits and bring them down. Make sure they clear all the stuff here on the legs there. Bring those down. And now this section tabs in right in here. So you want to just take the section, untab it like so. And this is the part where you have to be a bit careful. You want to swing this section out. You want to pull this front grille out while you're swinging it out, because if you don't, it will scratch up the paint. His forearms are right there. If you're not careful, you will scratch up that paint. And another thing also is there's a tab that goes right behind this panel. So if you're pulling out and then pulling down and just trying to get things undone here, and get that out of the way, and just bring that out like that, and there we go. We cleared the forearms, kind of, sort of, and you can see how I've already scratched the paint up here due to transforming it a couple times. And then you take this section here, and this just collapses down, and we'll leave that alone for now. And you're just going to do the same thing on the other side. Just untab that section, just kind of get that wiggled around, try not to scratch anything. Get that out of the way. There we go. And just bring that section down, and again, just leave it there for now. And as you can see, again, you can see the paint that I scratched off due to transforming it a couple times. Yeah. I mean, you can call it battle damage, but it still sucks, though. It still sucks, but anyway. So now we will just get the arms transformed. So this section right here, you just want to slide down. That will unhook it from that section there, and you can now split them, and the arms will just kind of drop like that. And now we will get the arms transformed. So here's everything all folded up here in truck mode, so you can see how everything goes. You can see the shoulder pad just kind of tucks up in there. And to get the arm transformed, you're just going to bring this down. This section will come out like so. This section right here will just untab and then swing around and just tab in right there like so. At this point, you can just rotate it back like that. Take the hand and bring it down like that. This section of the arm is on a double hinge. Just take it and extend it out like so. This will come down and tab in right there to lock that in place. These little bits right here just push in like so. And you just turn the hand sideways like that. And this panel will just tab in right in there. So let's get that all lined up. Tab that in and then rotate the whole forearm like so. And he's already giving you the thumbs up. All right. Thank you, Prime. He's reassuring me. He's reassuring me that everything's going to be okay. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Anyway, so you just bring the shoulder pad down. You want to bring the arm out a bit so you can rotate it down like that. Again, you want to keep the shoulder pad kind of to the back of the arm like that. And this section right here is on a slider. So you just want to take it and slide it in like that. Make sure it goes all the way up till it clicks into place. And you have that arm all done. Second verse is just like the first. Okay, so we got both arms done. Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? That's art. That's art right there. Anyway, so we'll come back here, and now we can flip his head up, and that will just click into place. At this point now, we want to take this section right here, and we want to slide it back like that. Make sure you give it a good push, because it will kind of thoop into place. So bring that back like so, and at this point now, we can take this little bit right here, and this will just tuck right into his back with the greatest of ease. There we go. Just tuck that in back there, and then close this up. Nothing like tabs or anything, and just pushing it together. And keep these down. And now we can finish working on these bits right here. So what you're going to do here is these will slide into the body like that. This section here, you want to rotate around and bring it out like so. So we can bring all this up. Now with the wheel, what you're going to do is you're just going to bring this out. And again, you have that little rotational joint here. So you want to make sure it's completely straightened out like that. And now you want to, this up a little bit. You want to bring the wheel up, rotate it in, bring it back down like so, and then take this whole assembly and swing it in like that. So once you have that done, you can take all of this, and this will swing in like that, and this tab in here will just go into the wheel right in there. And just make sure you clear this section as well. There we go. Let's get that all in there like that, and there you go. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. All right, so we got that squared away. So now we just take this whole assembly here, just bring it up and bring it back. So what's going to happen here with the arms is you have a tab right here. It's just going to tab in right under here. You see the slot right there. And it helps if you bring the arms out so you can kind of get your thumb underneath and just kind of take this and just kind of squeeze it together until it clicks into place, which sometimes can be a pain in the buttocks. Come on. Come on. Yeah. This is a fun figure, by the way. Did I mention this is a fun figure? This is a fun figure. There we go. So that's into place there. And now we can bring the arm down, straighten that out. And this section right here will just go over that tab right there, like so, to give him his collar piece. And we'll just do the same thing on the other side. This side actually likes to clip in This side is actually easier. That side clips in no problem. I don't have to fight that side. That side fights me for some reason. But anyway. And just tab that down. Now we're going to straighten everything out right there. And now we can take these sections right here. Bring his arm back up so you can see this section right here. This outer section will actually slide up like that. And that will reveal this slot right here, so you can now make sure you have this tab out. So you can bring this up, and this will tab right here into the side, like so. So lock that into place, and we can finally finish the backpack. We have to do like 50 other steps before we can even finish the backpack. But just slide this side up, and on this side, this is stiff. There we go. Slide that up, and just bring that up. Tab that in, and there you go. And we're pretty much there, and the last thing you want to do is just take his waist and rotate it around like so. I'm going to talk about his crotch in a little bit, because his crotch confuses me. He has a confusing crotch, but anyway. There we have El Cid, aka Age of Extinction, The Last Night, Optimus Prime in his robot mode. And he looks really good. Not the smoothest transformation, but he looks quite good. And hey, this came undone. You stay down. But yeah, he does look pretty good. So let's get in close here so we can take a look. Not at his chest, but at that head sculpt. There it is. Nicely done head sculpt, in my opinion. A lot of nice silver paint there, as well as the metallic blue. Nice details going on there. Even the back of his head is nicely detailed and painted. Love the paintwork. As far as the flames go, you got the metallic red, metallic blue. You got the flames lined in silver. Looks very nice. You got some more of that silver chrome going on in there, as well as in there. Nice paintwork and detail going down the body. And you can see the flames there on the shoulder pads. Lots of nice silver. Got some more of that flame deco there. Going down the arms, on the fists. You got some gold in there. And you got the little wires. Unfortunately, due to the way these transform and how all this works, you can see that you know, there's some paint that has been scratched off of these little wires here that are hanging off his hips, unfortunately. And you got some gold, some more silver, some more flamey goodness, as you can see, on the inside and the outside of the legs. Nice metallic red here on the feet. And moving up the back. Kind of see everything tidies up pretty well. He has kind of a chunky backpack going on there, but not too bad. All around, he looks pretty good. Now, as far as articulation goes, the head can rotate only that far before the collar piece gets in the way. He can look up and down a good bit. The shoulders are kind of weird how they work. You do have to make sure that the shoulder pad is kind of moved back. You can get a decent amount of rotation before things just kind of start to collide with each other. So you can get a decent range of motion there, inward and outward. And again, that's on the ball joint there, so you can kind of angle that however you want. You do have a ratcheted elbow there with 90 degrees of bend. You do also have rotation there at the elbow. Let's come down here. The wrists seem like they're on a ball joint at the base, or also on this hinge that allows the hands to swing outward. The fingers are articulated. The thumb is on a hinge that moves up and down, as well as a hinge right there. The index finger has a hinge at the base, and a hinge there, and a hinge there. So you get a nice range of movement there. And the other three fingers are linked together, and they have a hinge there and a hinge there. So you can get a good point going on right there. And this panel has untabbed. How dare you? How dare you? You! I'll worry about you later. It has ratcheted waist movement. Get out of the way! Ratcheted waist movement. These panels are on ball joints, so you kind of do what you want with those. You're on hinges there. These front pieces here can move up and down. Legs can move forward that far. Can move back that far, outward. You can pretty much do the full splits. You do have thigh rotation. Knees. You have under 90 degrees of bend, but if you extend the legs on that transformation joint, if you extend this again, which is quite tight, you can get a bit more range of movement there, although now his knee will be floppy if you do that, but it's a way to get some extra range of movement out of the knees if you want them to. And as far as the feet go, they move up a little bit, they move down quite a bit for transformation, and the ankle tiltage is on a ratcheted joint, and the heel can move down as well as rotates. And another point of articulation I almost forgot to talk about, he does have an ab crunch. Yay! Now, one thing that's confusing for me about this figure are his hips, because the instructions don't say anything about this. Now, his hips are, they're on a slider here, and you can actually slide the hips back. Now, all the pictures on the box and the instructions have the hips slid back like that, which you could do, but when you do that, now the hips aren't really lined up with the body properly, and things just, as you can see, things just kind of look weird. So that doesn't seem like that's right. So you slide them forward, and everything lines up, and everything looks a lot better. And it just seems like this serves no purpose, because for truck mode, the hips need to be right here. They need to be slid forward, not slid back. So I don't know what the point of the hips sliding back for. What's the point of the hips sliding back? I don't understand. Maybe I'm just missing something. I don't know, but it makes no sense. It just seems like a transformation joint that serves no purpose, because it doesn't need that for truck mode. If you slide it back for robot mode, it just knocks things out of whack and makes everything look weird. I don't get it. I don't get it, but okay, it is what it is. Like I said, I could be totally missing something or just doing something wrong. I don't know, but it's weird because it's a transformation joint that seems to serve no real purpose. Now, as far as weaponry goes, we can give Prime his weapons. We can give him his gun if you want, and we can just open up his hand. And as you can see, there is a tab in his palm. There are slots there in the handles, and you just give him his gun, like so. He holds that pretty securely, and now Prime can pew pew, bang bang, pew pew, kill kill, do all that good stuff if you wish. Or you can give him his sword, like so. You now give him his mighty sword if you wish, and you can also give him his shield. Just make sure you plug this little connector piece back on, and this plugs on right there, like so. And now he has his sword and his shield. The shield does also have a bit of transformation, which is pretty cool. If you pull out on the sides here, that opens up, and you can see the gun barrels will extend. So that's pretty cool how that works. So you have that option there if you want. So you got him all armed up. Let's get him standing in a little bit more of an A stance here. There we go. So you got Prime looking cool with his weapons. And if you want, you can store the sword and shield on him. As far as the sword goes, it seems like all you do is just kind of slide it in between these bits here. That seems to be how it's done. The instructions aren't totally specific about it, but you know, I guess you can just do that if you want to. As far as the shield goes, you can just plug this over either of these tabs back here and just have that on his back like so. Hey, it's storage if you need it. As far as the gun goes, the instructions don't say anything about storage for the gun. I guess you can just wedge that in there too. There you go. Yay. Yay, storage. I don't know. Now this Prime does also have the face swapping gimmick that other Primes have had, and you just bring this up. You do have to move his little horns out of the way to do this. Just kind of bring them back, and you just spin this around, bring it down, put his horns back in place here, and there you have an unmasked Prime without the mouth plate there. you can see it's okay. Definitely not my favorite. I'm going to leave him with the mouth plate on. But hey, you have the option there if you want to take advantage of it. And for comparison, here he is with Alien Attacks, Farage, aka Mirage, aka Dino, aka whatever you want to call him. Yes, you can see how they scale together. Here he is with Voyager, Age of Extinction Prime. Here he is with Leader Class Prime. Here he is with Masterpiece Movie Prime. See how they scale together. And here he is with Unique Toys Lockdown. So there you have Alien Attacks El Cid, aka Optimus Prime. So let's run through it. Truck mode looks pretty good. Definitely has its flaws. Robot mode looks gorgeous. I really have no complaints about the robot mode as far as visually goes. I think he looks amazing. The paintwork on this figure is simply gorgeous. I mean, looks fantastic. The transformation is not what I would call enjoyable. The transformation is complicated, but it has to be to pull off what this figure is pulling off. So, I don't really have a problem with that. I just wish the transformation was a bit more smooth, a bit more fluid than it is. The figure does kind of like to fight you at points, and tolerances and clearances are, at a bare minimum, and that's me being generous about it. There's a bit of pushing things past things and flexing things around other things that I'm not a big fan of. So yeah, the transformation definitely could have been, a bit more smooth, a bit more fluid. They could have given you a bit more room to work. The shoulder pads are a little bit of a pain in the butt because they do kind of get in the way most of the time when you're trying to pose them, and if you're not careful, they'll just pop off the ball joint and fly across the room. So you have to kind of, be really aware of where the shoulder pads are when you're posing it. There is die-cast in this figure. The feet are die-cast, and some of the armatures in the figure are die-cast, so he does have that little bit of heft to him, which is always nice. So all in all, gorgeous looking figure. It definitely has its flaws. It's a gorgeous figure, but is it a fun figure to mess with? Not really. This is definitely going to be one of those figures that I'm not going to transform unless I absolutely have to, and that won't be until the Unique Toys version comes out. So that'll be the next time I transform this. Otherwise, I'm probably not even going to touch it. It's not a bad figure. It's not a bad figure by any means, but just as far as I'm concerned, just not a fun figure to mess with. In my opinion, anyway. So, there you go. Now I picked this up from TF Direct. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below. You can also get official and third-party Transformers from BigBadToyStore.com. I'll put a link to their site in the description down below as well. You can also check out my third-party Transformers playlist for any reviews you may have missed. Also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out LoriPlan, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Alien Attack El Cid, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, boom in your face. Hound, are you alright, old friend? Yeah, I'm alright. Decepticons are everywhere. So, is this the part where this is the part where I kill them all. That's the part where I'll be right back. Alright, cool. Have fun storming the castle and killing everybody inside. That did not look pleasant. He has way too much fun doing that.